Hello, friends.
The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently did an interview with Newsweek magazine. The interview, with its relatively positive coverage of his governance, was published in the latest issue of Newsweek, with Modi's picture on the cover, accompanied by the caption Unstoppable. In his conversation with the American Journal, he touched on a wide range of topics, including advancements in Indian infrastructure, improvement in living standards, the Unified Payments Interface, the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, the blistering pace of growth of the Indian economy, as well as the topic that the West likes to use as a stick to beat Modi and his BJP party with, the alleged discrimination against India's Muslims. While Modi's remarks on these topics were important, his comments on the foreign policy front were just as significant. India has always been very concerned about the image it presents abroad, and in the Congress Party's era, this anxiety took form more as just anxiety and less as actual action on the ground to protect India's interests in the foreign policy arena. All of Nehru's overtures and deference to the Chinese didn't prevent them from giving India a bloody nose during the short but sharp border conflict of 1962. And Indira Gandhi failed to press for more concessions from Pakistan during the Shimla talks of 1972, following that country's dismemberment and the emergence of Bangladesh from the ashes of East Pakistan. Things have changed considerably in the Modi era. In Newsweek's words, Modi is projecting an image of a more powerful, muscular, prideful nation, and Indians are enthralled to the self portrait. The past deferential and hesitant attitude towards China and Pakistan seems to be a thing of the past now. India's aggressive response to Chinese incursions on the Line of Actual Control, or the LAC, in the Galwan Valley in Ladakh, and in Doklam in the Bhutan area, as also its retaliatory strike against Pakistan in the aftermath of the terrorist attack in Pulwama, are a clear indication of the changed stance and the new no nonsense approach to provocations. Modi used the Newsweek interview to convey an important message to China, saying that the situation on the disputed Indo Chinese border needs to be addressed urgently, and that stable and peaceful relations are needed not just for the two countries, but the entire world. The Chinese Foreign Ministry has already responded to Modi's remarks, saying China hoped India would work to handle differences appropriately to put the relationship on a sound and stable track. This response augurs well for more progress on this front during Modi's expected third term as Prime Minister. Modi's message to Pakistan was clear as well. Modi's India wants to advance peace, security, and prosperity in an atmosphere free from terror and violence. This underlying message is consistent with what India has conveyed to the Pakistanis before. Stop exporting terror. Period. Given the current unstable political situation in Pakistan and the disastrous economic situation in that country, it would do well to take this message to heart, overcome its now pointless obsession with Kashmir, pull back on its support for terrorists, and look at restoring trade with India instead. But given that the Pakistani army is heavily invested in its ideological enmity with India, and since it would rather keep up that hostility, even if that means that Pakistan slips slowly into irrelevance, any outreach to India from the Pakistani establishment is probably unlikely at this time. Modi's comments on foreign policy issues in his conversation with Newsweek are no accident. India's standing in the world and her foreign policy positions have become an important part of the campaign for the upcoming general election. In a recent poll conducted by India Today magazine, 19% of about 35,000 respondents said that Modi would be most remembered for raising India's global stature. Given that India is now part of the BRICS group, the G20 group, the Quad strategic partnership, and has developed strong ties with America in the defense and technology sectors, The BJP is correctly portraying India's rise on the world stage and its muscular foreign policy as a product of Modi's decade as Prime Minister. Modi has emphasized this in numerous campaign rallies, saying India was considered a weak and poor country when the Congress party was in power, but that the world is now witnessing how much India's reputation and status have changed in just 10 years. The BJP's attitude is that India is not interested in offending any other country, but if another country offends India, then India will not take it lying down anymore. Subramaniam Jaishankar, India's foreign minister, gave this attitude concrete form when he was asked why India was importing Russian oil when Europe was looking to impose sanctions on Russia after Putin's invasion of Ukraine. Jaishankar responded, saying, Europe has to grow out of the mindset that Europe's problems are the world's problems, but the world's problems are not Europe's problems. Indians are significantly better informed now about global affairs than they were just 10 years ago. And they expect that the country gets respect and recognition on the world stage in proportion to its growing stature as an economic and military power. Modi and the BJP understand this desire well and are working to satisfy this demand as they seem to be marching on to a third term in New Delhi. Unstoppable seems to be the correct term to use for Modi and the BJP juggernaut now, with the focus on nationalism at home and on internationalism abroad. If you like the material I shared today, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Until next time, take care.